Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Blues, 1975.
This is Rogue Trooper on the ZX Spectrum, released by Piranha in 1986. Revisiting my favourite isometric games, there was no way that I was not going to include this one. Now, a lot of people might be saying, but Dave, really? You think this is as good an isometric game as stuff like Night Law and Alien 8, you know, Batman? And yes, I do. A couple of reasons. One, I have a soft spot, a fondness, if you will, for its source material, but two, considering it was only a 48k machine, yeah, they could have done, you know, 128k versions, so given us some AY chick goodness then. So apologies for the background noise, as I do live on Peace Road in the West Country. But you know, considering it was a 48k based game, and the material it's based on is so rich, they absolutely nail the source material. Now, I grew up reading 2000 AD, British anthology strip-based comic, absolutely fantastic. And there was a strip in it created in 1981 by Dave Gibbons. He was an amazing, amazing artist, and Jerry Finlay Day, who wrote it initially, called Rogue Trooper. It was about future war between the Nords and the Southerners. See what they did there? Where there was this genetically engineered race of super soldiers, you know, who could breathe. They didn't need, like, you know, respirators, sorry, and things like that, and they had double eyelids, so they could function in toxic environments and stuff like that. They were super strong, super, you know, fast, agile and stuff like that, but they were betrayed by the treacherous general in the Quartz Zone massacre, and only Rogue remained. His equipment, his helmet, his bag and his rifle, well, all troopers had a backup chip that would, well, back up their brain to and personality to a chip that was in the base of their neck, but you only had like 30 seconds to get it out. So Rogue cut out of these three people and put one on each of the items I just mentioned. So you had Gunner on his gun, Helm on his helmet, awkward, and Bagman on his backpack, and they would each have, you know, different attributes and skills and things like that. And yeah, absolutely loved this as a kid, absolutely loved it. So obviously he went after the traitorous general and other stuff like that, and there were loads and loads and loads of strips. And then in 1989 it was rebooted, hard rebooted, and there was a new Rogue Trooper who was called Friday. Same sort of rules applied, they were all massacred, and there were three soldiers that became, you know, like the biochips on his equipment. And I loved the first, like, book of this. Absolutely, the Rogue Trooper, the War Machine, was absolutely fantastic. But they kind of lost interest in him, so he ran for about 7 years. Then he ended up actually in a strip meeting the original Rogue Trooper, and then Friday died, and then it went back to the original Rogue Trooper. I thought they could have both functioned separately in their own strips, but what do I know? So this got really, really good reviews back in the day. I think this is the only game based on the 2000 AD, right, so hang on, 1 left O, 2 right P, 3 forwards Q, 4 backwards A, and why would you have that symbol shift game? 5 M. But yeah, they did a load of licensed games though. They did stuff like Trapdoor, Through the Trapdoor. Yeah, they were a good, solid software house. But yeah, this got really solid reviews because people praised it for how close it was to its source material. So yeah, like I said, it's a different sort of game than Night Law and things like that. I would argue it's not as frustrating, although I've never beaten this as a kid or adult, but I have come close to it. But it just, like I said, it's just Rogue Trooper. All versions, Spectrum, Amstrad and Commodore, and I've gameplays of them all, are great, but Spectrum's just my favourite. 4 instructions. Brief instructions. Find the 8 vid tapes, yeah, because even though it's a future war, we're still videotapes, and take them to the waiting shuttle at the spaceport, because you're finding the evidence that will convict and prove the guilt of the treacherous, I should say, general. Pick up medkits and ammo as you go. Shoot the Nort troops. To end the game, press 3 and 4. Quit? Quit, you say? Never. Space to continue. Right, so here we go. Right, so very brief map, top left hand corner. The next target, I have my score, then my ammo, then the kits. That's health kits because it says plus, so you know, medi. And then tapes, and I'm in strength, which is 100%. Then it says new Ruthin, that's the area we're in, so that's a battle computer. And then biochips, helm, gunner, and bagman on the right. And then they will speak, and there you go, see medical scan reports, healthy GI. And because it wanted to make their speech bubbles in the comics make it sound synthetic, like they were dead, you know, because they're not real people anymore. They're, you know, a simulation backup of a personality. It put those kind of holes. There you go. See? Don't give up now, Rogue. Right, so there I am. So it's nice graphics. I do look like Rogue Trooper. Those are mines. That's a Nort. There's a tape to the right. The tapes are random. So let's get that tape. Yeah, like I said, shame. You can see them through the holes in the wall as well. See? That's kind of cool. It's just a shame there was no AY chip, you know, version. Oh look, there's a tape over there. Right. Jesus, 95% health already. Southside, yeah! It's a bit kind of hit or miss shooting them, but that's the nature of an isometric game, isn't it? So like I said, it's nothing like... We've got to get out then, haven't we? No, we've got to go this way. It's nothing like Night Lord, other than its isometric projection 3D. But, like I said, just because I could be Rogue, it was cool. And also, you've got to remember that all other 2000 AD games at the time, they weren't a lot of bottle. Okay, so I should just shut up and leave through the top like I initially was going to do. I mean, Slain was, I have a gameplay of it, was trying something really, really unique and ahead of its time, so it kind of didn't really pull it off. Judge Dredd by Melvin House was pants. Strontium Dog by Quicksilver, which is, I think, the earliest 2000 AD. I don't have a gameplay of that, I should get on that. The earliest 2000 AD, you know, licensed game. So it's like, yeah, it's just lacking. But this was banging. Although, and Nemesis the Warlock by Martek, that was quite good, wasn't it? Because that was like, yeah, that kind of nailed its source material, but leaving the confines of the screen was different because it meant on how many bodies had piled up on the screen that you weren't in. I can't kill that gun turret. What's my health? 93%. And then it does a different thing, which is it lets you know different areas of... Are we in New Earth? You're on by colouring. He just walked through the bloody tank traps. Did you see that? I can't call bullshit, but I don't think it's very fair. He's in a suit and everything. I'm the fucking GI who can see in the dark and liars and tigers. Oh my. Maybe there's some more ammo in here. Thanks, Gunner. Let's grease some more Nort scum. Right, what's this? Nothing. Background graphics. You don't want to go batshit crazy firing like I am, because you will run out of ammunition. See, considering how it started, I thought, hey, look at all these tapes. It's going to be so easy. Yeah, it's not. There's one in there though, isn't there? No diagonals. It's an isometric. At least it's not tank controls. I will give it that. Kudos and credit for that. But yeah, like I said, just particularly the fact that they put the biochips on screen and have them talking. Obviously, it's a 48K Spectrum game, so it's quite limited. But nice touch. Nice touch. Where is my ammo? 152. Score 9. Brilliant night for ammo. Ammo for now, Gunner. 202. Right. Where was that tape? Why did he leave the tapes? I'm glad he did, because I want to, you know. I want to get the bastard. I want to revenge my fallen comrades and stuff. There you go. See tapes 1. Yeah. So what is it? 8 tapes? I think the most I got as a kid was 6. Oh. 246. Cooking on gas. Cooking on gas. Is this gonna... Oh, look at that. Softly, catchy monkey. Ooh. For what they are, the controls are reasonably tight. Really tight, in fact. Not reasonably. Health. Didn't really restore much, did it? I don't know if once you've been shot a load of times, you slowly bleed out until you get a health kit. But I appear to be... Find my drippings was goo. Run. Ooh. Glass zone. See? Yeah, I must be bleeding out. That's some health kit, is it? So yeah, on the surface it looks, you know, deceitfully. Easy. It is. Thank you, noisy motorbike bastard. I could hear you all the way on New fucking Earth. Right. Or was it New Earth? Am I confusing my franchises here? I appear to be doing a lot better for ammo than I am for health. And tapes. I'm glad there isn't a limit on ammunition, or maybe there is and I just haven't reached my ballpark figure yet. Oh! Tape. Game on. Possibly, again, it's a 48k game, so I can't be, you know, harsh on it, but a few more phrases would have been nice. Don't need the ammo next door, I need some bloody health. Right, what am I on? 72, that health did nothing. Oh, save it for later. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's nice of them, isn't it? A little level of... Oh, I'm down to 60, use it! I've still got it. And if you got it, flaunt it. Yeah! Colour. What's the deal with that? Is he going to say when he's going to use it? I'd like him to use it. 3. I missed that. What did Bagman say? I'm a bag. Life sucks. Are we affiliated with Southside? Because we're a rogue trooper, aren't we? We're out doing our own thing. We want to. We don't attack Southside, but we want to avenge our mates, don't we? Our fallen comrades, our brethren. So I figured we're not really like bigging up Southside. I mean, we're glad that Norts are dying and shit. Right, I've got 2 med kits, but my strength is on 36. Just an idea. It's Bagman who uses them, isn't it? Yeah, use them. Am I going in circles now? I think I am. But there was a med kit, wasn't there? Not a med kit, a tape. Right. Kits 3. Yeah, I better not fucking die because you don't get round to using them. Four tapes. You hid it in there! You cheeky... Well, he is a treacherous general, although he's stupid as well, because just keep the tape. You know, just keep the tape. And then no one knows. But yeah, the nostalgia is strong in this one. And also, I never bought it for full price. I never... Bollocks! Oh shit, I never pirated it. Shit! Oh, double shit. Yeah, I bought it when it was on budget. And we're over there. See, look, different layout. Well, not different layout, tapes on different locations. It appears that you start in the same order. He's technically on the next screen, so he didn't know I was here. Dumb naught bastard. Southside, yeah. See, look, he's got those big boxes that hang from his belt onto his pockets and shit. I always preferred it when Dave Gibbons drew him, and so he didn't stick his hand in the gun, awkward. He held the end of it, but it still had the rough basic design. That was when it was the Hit series, which they started, and I think it got to Hit 4. We had to kill these weird creatures were telling him, like, you have to kill this certain number of people to bring, like, peace and justice to the universe, galaxy, and all that guff. And they got to 4, and then he kind of got bored with it, and so he suddenly just went, no, it's finished now. We don't need to finish this. We're going to do different stuff. And then he introduced Venus Blue Jeans, who was still alive, and she was a female GI. Can I get through there? No, but he can. It's not very fair. Can I get through there? Yes. So many tapes. Kits 2, tapes 2. Can't get off the screen. Oh yeah, because the pillbox was there. That makes sense. Oh, run. So yeah, it's not deep. You know, it's not going to change your life. But if you like 2000 AD, which was, the Rogue was only 5 years, you know, old at this point, then you would have loved this. Because, like I said, considering the limitations of, look, Graves. Oh, I was so happy when I said that. Ain't no new Blackpool, huh? I see what you did there. Yeah, considering the limitation of the memory and the hardware and stuff like that, it's Rogue Trooper. It's Rogue Trooper. But not Friday. God, look at me with the med kits coming out of my ass. There's a shuttle. That's where you have to go when you've got all your tapes. Fancy a joyride? No, I don't. Because I haven't got all the tapes. Run away, run away. New forest. What forest? There's nothing left. You can avoid their fire, actually, to be fair. Which is cool. Oh look, and the rocket does show up on the map. So the map is useful. Good times, good times. Oh, I took a shot then. And then. Nice. Am I going back? It's a very small play area, to be fair. Yeah, still to this day I've never managed to complete it. I'm sure there are people out there who can and say it's incredibly easy. And good for you. I just can't. I'm just a man. But yeah, as always, I'd love to know what you think if you played this back in the day. I have played the Amstrad, and I think I did a comparison years ago between the Spectrum and the Commodore. Spoilers! Spectrum version's better. But the Commodore version is actually a port of the Spectrum version, to be fair, so is the Amstrad. But they're all good. And of that batch of early 2000 AD licensed games, it was the best. It really, really was. I have a 2000 AD playlist if you are interested. For various 2000 AD games, not just on the ZX Spectrum. So look that up if you Southside, yeah. I should keep going left because I keep going up and down and I haven't discovered any new tapes. Unless he's hiding them all again. No, there we go. It was just above the bloody rocket ship, wasn't it? Or the shuttle, I should say, sorry. So 4 seems to be the average I can get for tapes. But yeah, if you played this back in the day, I'd love to know what you think, and especially if you loved Rogue Trooper back in the day. I mean, I don't know what Rogue Trooper's like these days. I generally don't read anything other than back issues of 2000 AD because 2000 AD is like, what, almost £4 an issue now for a weekly comic. That's insane. I'm just going to have to look in there to see if there's a tape. But yeah, like I said, love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. There was no tape. I'll see